Today we're going to do a new and healthy twist on dumplings. I'm Chef Kyle from Kyle's Creations, here to make simple and healthy recipes for everyday living. If you're new now and you love to get creative with cooking, hit that subscribe button right now and ding my notification bell for my latest and tasty recipes. So we're gonna make our own dumpling wrappers, and it's very simple, very easy, and we're gonna use the addition of a few warming spices that are actually gonna make this dumpling wrapper more digestible. So thanks to ground cinnamon and ground ginger, we're gonna add that to the dumpling dough, and we're gonna add some wonderful vegetables along with leeks, carrots, celery, cabbage. Mix that together with some farmer's cheese, and we have a wonderful filling I'm gonna show you guys how to make. And at the end, we're gonna have a delicious dipping sauce based on the tamarind glaze that I use for my chicken video. Click that link at the end of this video, and all the recipes will be included in the description box. So the first step, mix our dry ingredients together, then add water to mix, knead the dough a few times, and let the dumpling dough rest before kneading the dumpling dough again and then letting it rest for 1 hour. I have some all-purpose flour here, add some ground cinnamon, and of course can't forget the ground ginger. Just mix that in, you can use a fork. Okay, once that's mixed together, we're gonna go in with a little bit of water at a time. I use some distilled water. This dumpling dough recipe is very simple, only takes about 4 ingredients, and we'll have dumplings in no time. And you can use this for other dishes. You can fill it up with chicken. You could do a dessert version of this as well. Oh, I could smell the ginger. I could smell the cinnamon activating. I like to scrape around the sides before I use my hands. Okay, it's a little shaggy right now, and I'm gonna bring this dough together. At the same time, I'm gonna mop up the excess flour. I'm just gonna knead it a few times. So now we're gonna rest it for 15 minutes. Dough is a little bit softer, and we're gonna knead it a second time and work it all the way around. Remember, don't stretch the dough too much. You don't want to tear it. Back in here, we don't need to oil it. Cover it and let this rest for half an hour to an hour. Second step, prep and cook all the vegetables. Then allow the vegetable mixture to cool off before adding the farmer's cheese and some freshly chopped dill. Okay, now I'm gonna chop the cabbage, about 1 cup. And I'm gonna give this a rough chop, pulse it. So pulse it about 5 or 10 times, and you have some beautifully chopped cabbage. So I'm using Napa cabbage. It's a little bit sweeter. Use any cabbage you like. Get the chopped cabbage in a bowl while we chop up the rest of the ingredients and wait for the water to boil. Next, cut up my leeks, separating the white stalk from the green leaves. I was inspired from a dumpling recipe in one of my cookbooks. Why not make a perfect dumpling appetizer, but make it different, make it unique? I haven't done a recipe with farmer's cheese, so this would be a perfect time to do it. And we're gonna remove the inside. The inside is bitter, but you can use this for a soup or stock if you'd like. Okay, give this a rough chop into my food processor. Now I know once it starts to stick to the outside, it's perfect for this filling. Now I'm gonna take my carrots, celery, leeks, and fresh ginger, remove the ends off the garlic, and just smash it with a knife. Release the oils, and it'll be easier to chop in the food processor. We need about 1.5 tablespoons of fresh ginger. Remove the skin. Chop that. Carrots, celery, same thing. Everything in the food processor at once, and perfect. Just gonna separate the leeks from the carrots. Carrots are gonna take a little bit longer to cook, but not by much. I have 2 scallions here. Just gonna remove the ends and remove the tops, and we're gonna chop it quickly. I also washed the scallions to remove any dirt and did the same with the leeks. Add that to my leeks. Cabbage, of course, we're gonna boil, and I can hear that boiling right now, so we're gonna get over to that part. Add salt to the boiling water. Cabbage is going in. And notice I have a strainer or a colander underneath. Just let that go for a minute. ice water that I'm making right now. Now I'm going to drain the cooked cabbage in some ice water. Back to my pan that I've cleaned. I have it on medium heat. Squeeze out any excess water. I'm going to allow the cabbage to drain. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Go in with the carrots, garlic, ginger. Just mix it around the oil. All right, I'm going to saute that for a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Remove the cooked vegetables. Allow it to cool and drain on some paper towel. Okay, turn my stove back on medium heat. Again, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Pan is still hot from before. Add the chopped leeks and scallions and saute for 2 to 3 minutes. Shut that off. So I'm just going to transfer it to cool off. Back to the same plate that we used to drain off any excess oil. I have some wonderful farmer's cheese right here, and we're going to use about 3/4 of it to start. If we need more, we can use the full package. Press it out. Farmer's cheese is just basically, it's a firmer pressed cottage cheese. Drained Napa cabbage is going in there. We're adding all the cooked vegetables. All right, we're going to take some mint, some wonderful dill. Just give that a quick chop. And chop up 2 teaspoons of mint in total. Push everything to my knife and add to my filling mixture. Right, now I'm going to grate some orange zest and grate some lime zest. I have the lime juice left over, so I'm going to use that first. All the lime juice is going in there. Add a tablespoon of coconut milk, 1 tablespoon of vegetable stock, 1 tablespoon of tamari or low sodium soy sauce, and 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. That's 1, 2, and 3. And lastly, a teaspoon of honey. Okay, now I'm going to mix everything together. The recipe in the description will include half of this vegetable mixture and about enough dumpling dough to make 16 dumplings so that there's less waste. Set the vegetable mixture aside. Third step, evenly divide the dumpling dough into 8 equal pieces, then roll out each dough ball into thin dumpling circle wrappers. It's been half an hour. The dough is perfectly soft. So in Chinese, they like to say that you know that a dumpling wrapper or dumpling dough is perfect when it's soft like your ear. A little bit of flour, so we're going to split it in half. Half there. Okay, when you're not working with the dough, wrap it in plastic wrap, or I have a damp cloth. Have a tray or some parchment paper that you can just dust flour on it, and we'll put the final product on there. I'm going to flatten this out. The palm of your hand. You're going to start in the middle and roll out so I don't pinch the dough. And we're just going to stretch it and do a quarter turn until we have roughly a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, that's good. Lay it down next to our other dumpling wrapper. Fourth step, add the vegetable and farmer's cheese filling to the middle of each dumpling wrapper. Then we're going to seal to form our dumplings and then saute them in extra virgin olive oil. Finally, we're going to add a little bit of water and steam them until they are fully cooked. Now, roughly going to portion out about 1.5 tablespoons of farmer's cheese and vegetable filling. Just push it down a little bit. It's going to make the second part easier. Pinch the ends, and we're going to do a pattern. So we're going to overlap like that and pinch. Overlap and pinch. Same thing, overlap and pinch to seal it. Okay, perfect. Okay, I have my cast iron pan. It's on medium-high heat. We're going to go in with 3 to 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Coat that around. Now, if you don't have time to immediately cook these, I put a little wet paper towel over these. Just drop them in. Cook these vegetable dumplings for about 12 to 14 minutes. All right, some of these are golden brown, so I'm gonna flip them over. I'm gonna drop some garlic cloves in there, some fresh ginger, and some fresh thyme. It's actually gonna make the olive oil coating more digestible. I've tested it out before. Okay, toast the other side. These are gonna be wonderful, look at that. Add a 1/4 cup of hot water and cover it for about 4 to 5 minutes. Smell all the aroma coming from the garlic, the ginger, a little bit of thyme. If you guys want to know more information about the ingredients or seasonings that I'm using, please click my WebMD links in the description box below. Ta-da-ta-da. Final result, look at that. You shut off the heat. I'm gonna drain my dumplings on some paper towel. 5th step. I have some dried tamarind pods that have been soaking in hot water for about 30 minutes. Remove the tamarind pods and shells, leaving only the tamarind paste. Next, we're gonna make my signature tamarind dipping sauce. I also added coconut milk. Same tamarind sauce that I used to glaze my chicken kebabs. To the tamarind paste, I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of lime juice, half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce or tamari, and 2 tablespoons of coconut milk. And finally, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of honey. Okay, mix that around. It's a wonderful sauce. You can use it for many different things. You can even use it to dress a salad. I'm gonna pour it in my container right now. Set that in the center. Next, we're gonna chop up some scallions using the tops for garnish. I'm gonna plate these around. Add chopped scallions on top. Look at this wonderful vegetable and farmer's cheese dumpling. I'm gonna take one bite, nice and crispy. Try it. That is so delicious. The tamarind sauce has some wonderful tangy and sour notes to it, and it's beautifully balanced with the coconut milk, which smooths it out and it also makes it more digestible. It adds a very bright citrus and bold flavor, and the dumpling filling is just delicious. It's very light, it's easy to digest, it's super flavorful. There's a lot of flavors going on. There's a little bit of that saltiness coming from the Parmesan cheese, the wonderful herbs we added, the dill, I can taste that, the mint, the garlic. It's beautifully well balanced. It's actually really satisfying, meaning I can have this whole plate as a meal and I will feel satisfied and full. This is a wonderful way to make dumplings and think about ingredients and how to use them in different ways, especially if you have leftover ingredients. This is a wonderful option to throw together and make a filling for dumplings. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And the next video I'm going to give you guys is actually based on this tamarind sauce that I made without the addition of coconut milk. So that would be for my chicken kebab. Check that video out at the end. It is wonderful, easy chicken platter appetizer to share with family and friends, especially kids. They love kebabs. It's super playful. Stay tuned for my next episode.